everyone, this is Claire at Restore Fitness Therapy. So welcome to our video today. So in this exercise video we are going to do a seated row, and also I'm going to show you the seated oblique row as well. So just a little bit of a variation, but to get into some different muscles in the body. This is a great exercise because it works really the whole body. We're thinking about opening up the chest, releasing tightness through the pec major and minor muscles at the front of the body. It's going to help us build strength in our rhomboid muscles, the muscles which keep your shoulder blades close towards your spine, and again are really important for your upper body posture. We're going to be working our core muscles because we're going to be seated upright, and we're also going to add in some leans backwards and some rotations to get into your internal and external obliques. And we're also going to add in a little bit of an extra hamstring stretch in there as well, just because that's something that I know a lot of people struggle with, and any extra opportunity to get hamstring stretching has got to be a good thing. So for this exercise, you will need your resistance band, and you may also need one of the large blocks as well. I'm just going to show you how we're going to use that, and then you can decide whether you need it or not. Again, all this equipment is available in the Team Up account in the store section to purchase if you don't have it. Of course, you can do without any of these things. It just makes life a little bit easier for you, and we use them in a lot of our exercises, so it's well worth having a few pieces of equipment to hand. So the first thing we need to do is be seated upright with our legs lengthened ahead of us. So I'll just show you what this is going to look like here. Now we want to be in this position with a nice straight back. Now for some people, you're going to find that you start to sink backwards and you're struggling to sit upright here, which isn't going to do for this exercise. So the first thing you can try is to actually get the fleshy bit of your buttocks back out of the way so that you can really sit up on your seat bones. Now for some of you, that's going to solve the problem, which is great. If, however, you're still struggling here and you still feel like your momentum is taking you backwards, this is where you might like to sit on your large block. So you pop the block behind you and you want to get yourself on top of the block. Now you can see here I'm sitting towards the edge, and what I'm doing is just inching myself forwards until I just feel my seat bones tip over the edge, and actually I've got a little bit of gap coming up here. Now what that does is it pushes my middle back here, my sort of area, this the arch area in my back forwards, and it encourages me to get that nice S-shaped neutral spine back into my spine. It also, I find, helps me relax my legs a little bit as well, okay? So if that's going to work for you, by all means, if you don't need the block, just take it away and do without. So I'm going to take it away just for the purposes of demonstrating this to you. So onto our rowing exercise. We're going to take hold of our resistance band, wrap it around our feet here. Like have feet together I like, but you can have feet slightly apart if you like as well. So I'm sitting tall here, I'm breathing in to prepare. As I breathe out, I'm going to pull my elbows back. I'm pulling them back at the height of my shoulders, but my shoulders are down and away from my ears. And as I pull back, I can feel my shoulder blades get really close together in my back. When I want to breathe in, I relax the arms forwards. So breathe out, engage the core to keep the spine and the torso nice and firm and stable, and then breathe in to release. Now you can obviously adjust the tension on your band, make it easier by coming to the edges of the band, make it harder by walking your hands down the band. If the resistance is too much, you could do this without the band entirely. Just focus on the movement of the arms. So in this exercise, we're looking for somewhere between about 8 and 12 repetitions. For those of you that would like to work your rectus abdominis muscles and generally your deeper abdominal muscles a little bit more, as you pull back, you're also going to lean just about an inch until you feel those stomach muscles engage, but not so much that your heels start to lift. And then on the in-breath, relax yourself back in. So breathe out, engage the core, keep that lovely open upper body posture, keep pinning the shoulder blades together, and then breathe in to relax. Okay, so that's a little progression for those of you that feel you can do a little bit more. For those of you that would like a little bit more stretch through your hamstrings, as you come forward, you can just allow yourself to fold down and get some stretch through the backs of the legs, maybe also the spine as well. And then when you're ready to breathe out, sitting upright, breathing out and pulling back. So we breathe in to come forwards, optional hamstring stretch, and then breathe out, pull back, optional lean to switch on the core a little bit further. Okay, so this is our seated row exercise. Okay, So I'm just going to show you 1 or 2 reps facing forwards, just so you can see the alignment of the shoulders here. So as I breathe out, my shoulders are down away from my ears, but my elbows are up. That means you're going to get a lovely long line, a lovely long stretch here, down through your pec muscles. If your arms are low and in, you're not going to be able to stretch these muscles. So again, if you need to, sit in front of a mirror or use the phone like I am here so that you can check your own alignment. Okay, lovely guys. So slight variation on this now is our oblique row. Excuse me, the setup is exactly the same here, the breathing is exactly the same, but this time we're just going to work one arm at a time. So I would breathe in to prepare, and this time as I breathe out, I'm just pulling one arm, I'm rotating my spine, turning to have a look at my elbow, and then I'm breathing in to return to the front. And I'm exhaling, engaging the core, rotating to look at the elbow, and inhaling to come back. And just like with your standard row, you can add in a little bit of a lean if you want a little bit more work here. Or you can also add in your hamstring stretch if you still feel you want a little bit of stretch here. Okay. So this is kind of 2 exercises for the price of 1. You've got your standard row, and then when you move into your oblique row, you're not only getting that nice rotation and mobility through the spine whilst you're turning, but you're also going to get your oblique muscles to work a little bit harder as well. And you've also just got the one arm to focus on, excuse me, while you're rotating. But just as before, you're focusing on keeping that elbow high, up to the shoulder, twisting as much as you can, and then breathing in to come back again. Okay, lovely guys. So that is your standard row and your oblique row. Again, about 10 to 12 repetitions of your standard row, and then your oblique row you might like to do again up to 10 or 12 on each side. Really depends on your strength and how you find that seated position. So have a go at that, and I look forward to seeing how you get on next time.